Welcome to the RankEmPodcast reaction show, where we immediately talk about our lists that we just ranked. This is our Mother's Day special reaction show, where we talk about our top 3 favorite, least favorite, best and worst TV moms.
Well, Constance's a bitch.
She's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a mean old bitch. She has stupid hair. She's a bitch, 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 bitch. She's a stupid bitch. Kyle's mom's a bitch, and she's such a fucking bitch.
Talk to your kids around the world. It might sound a little bit something like this.
Producer Ashley's giving us a round of applause for our... So, my coworker fucked Carol Brady.
I knew that's the story you were going to tell.
I have a coworker who fucked Carol Brady.
I want to guess who it is, but I don't want to say.
Yeah, we're not going to do.
Know 2 people that you work with,
and it's one of the 2. I believe. No. Yes, the way you're making your mouth. Yes. So I have a coworker who at the Indianapolis 500. Okay, so Florence Henderson is her real name. I was at the Indianapolis 500 at a bar after.
She wasn't in character as Carol Brady.
Not as Carol Brady. She was in her 60s at this point.
This explains the divorce.
But Carol Brady likes to. She likes to go. No pants dance, horizontal bob. She's DTF. And yeah, Don just mouthed it after. So he's at the bar at the Indianapolis 500.
It's 100% who I thought of immediately.
She's at the bar and he's like, "Hey, aren't you Florence Henderson?" And she's like, "Yeah." They get to talking. She's like, "You want to go back to my hotel room?" "Yeah, I do." Went back to her hotel room. Fuck Carol Brady.
We're not going to not fuck Carol Brady.
Right, and so that generally leads to my question of I'll randomly text my friends and be like, "Who's the oldest celebrity that you'd fuck?"
Do you remember my answer?
Don's like the Queen of England just for the clout. That's a great answer.
Right,
it's a great answer.
And then Betty White after that.
See,
again,
I said Betty
for the
White
clout.
too. I also said Betty White.
Y'all are weird, but so there's my.
Who's yours?
Dolly Parton.
All right, that's fair. I'll give you that.
She's a lot of plastic.
Right.
You might as well just be fucking Zach's girl.
Yeah, but those jubblies are real.
I don't think they are.
They are real.
They might have been at one point.
No, they're lifted now, but they're.
Right.
I mean, but they're still. I mean, this is awkward as my wife sits, 4.5 feet away from me.
You're not social distancing.
If you could do your makeup like Dolly Parton one time. This is weird.
Zach, what were you at? As the music stopped playing before Garrett could start the post-show music.
Yeah,
Garrett
you
goes,
wanted to.
Don, I could have sworn. Shut up.
Shut up. We're starting a reaction show.
What were you going to say?
I really figured that you would have had Skylar White as one of your worst TV moms.
Who's Skylar White?
From Breaking Bad.
I don't like Breaking Bad.
Really?
I tried to watch it.
I've never seen it.
And
really?
Yeah.
The dad from Malcolm in the Middle wasn't funny. And I'm watching for 2 seasons because when I started watching it, it wasn't like the huge breakout that it was.
Right.
I started watching right before season 3 got released. So it was popular, but it wasn't
everybody talks about how great it is.
Season 5 of Breaking Bad popular.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, well, it's got Bryan Cranston in it. This is going to be hilarious. And I'm a season and a half in. I'm like, this is good, but when every time he pop on screen, I'm like, make me laugh, funny man.
And he didn't. He never did.
Well, I mean, he did. I just don't think he was supposed to. He's like, we're gonna burn this body. I'm like, ha.
That's not right. You shouldn't be laughing there.
Well, I
you
knew
idiot!
That...
I said to put the acid in a plastic tub, not the bathtub. Now you melted a hole through the floor.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I knew that when you've been to Albuquerque a couple of times for work.
It's the biggest shithole I've ever been to. I've been to 40.
Hot take parade. Here comes Don.
I've been to 41 states, almost all the big major cities that aren't in California. And Albuquerque, New Mexico is the biggest shithole I've been to. I've been to New York twice. And Albuquerque's the biggest shithole.
But when you were in Albuquerque, you went to the house where they do...
I did.
Yeah. So
Which I hate the people that live there, but I understand why. They've completely fenced it up. They've completely changed the look of the house. There's cameras everywhere because people would go to their house, throw pizza up on the roof.
Yeah.
Go and stand in the yard and take a picture. So they A, they bought that house knowing what the fuck they were getting into.
Yeah.
Right.
B,
Right. It costs more because it's that house.
Right.
Right.
You paid more for it for no fucking reason.
right, just like the car wash that he owned, they sold to like another car wash company. Like that car wash that he owned in Breaking Bad has been sold like 3 or 4 times, and every time it's super high priced because it's the Breaking Bad car wash.
Gotcha.
But they bought that house knowing what the fuck they were getting into.
So why do you hate Albuquerque, New Mexico so much?
It's hot. So it was a whole experience. I was there for like 2 straight weeks and was working 12-hour days every day that I was there. So that doesn't.
I don't know that that's Albuquerque's fault.
I was in Albuquerque when it happened. I saw more homeless people in Albuquerque than I did in New York or in Las Vegas or anything like that. And almost every sign read, "Lost all my money in Vegas. I'm here now trying to get home." It's like, Jesus. Or trying to get money to go to Vegas. But which the homeless people aren't the problem, but it's like every single stoplight that you're at, there's 3 homeless people running up, like trying to get money from you, which isn't a pleasant experience.
Gotcha.
But it's just, it was a pretty dirty town. Every house.
Giggity.
Like, there's mountains right outside, and the houses at the bottom of the mountain, very nice. When you get away from there,
Not great.
not great.
So Zach, that was somebody you thought Don would hate.
Yeah.
Why does she sunk?
Because she's a raging bitch. Like worse than Peg Bundy, worse than probably Cersei Lannister.
I doubt it.
But I thought about including her on my list because she is a character who I do not like. But the more I thought about it, the more it kind of hit me that she's not a bad mom.
So is she Bryan Cranston's wife, or?
Yeah, she's Bryan Cranston's wife. And she's not a bad mom. She's just put in a terrible situation by her shit husband. So if we circle back around to this for TV dads for Father's Day.
Spoiler alert for that episode if it happens.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not gonna. No, I don't want to do it.
There's a real possibility that Bryan
Cranston makes your list twice because he's a terrible dad and Malcolm in the Middle too.
Yes.
No,
just Bryan Cranston.
He's a pretty good dad, Malcolm in the Middle.
There's a reason why Lois had to be like the bitch in that thing, because he's just like, fuck it, do whatever you want. I'm gonna go
roller skate in the garage,
right, in my underwear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Hal's a pretty good dad. I think Lois was such a bitch that the kids didn't learn anything from her, so they had to learn everything from Hal, and he had that sole responsibility of parenting those kids.
Experience,
like she was the warden, and he was the teacher.
My experience with that show is that I hated her so much that I can't think of anything else about that show other than I think Hyde was the older brother.
No, it was Hyde's brother.
Older brother. Hyde from that 70s show's
yeah.
older brother.
His older brother was
the oldest brother. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then the one kid in the wheelchair who talked like this, like he's out of breath, even though he's in a wheelchair.
Well, Steve, you only had one lung.
See, I didn't know that because fucking Lois is such a bitch. Like, I didn't watch that show because of her, but I've still seen a couple dozen episodes, and I just hate her so much.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
I have a coworker who fucked Carol Brady. Like when she was like, she was like 63, and I'm like, well, you're not gonna not fuck 63-year-old Carol Brady,
right?
He's like, I know, that's what I thought.
So I'm looking it up, and apparently the dad from Brady Bunch.
They all were fucking each other on that show. Like everybody was.
Well,
like,
this is like the conspiracy theory that I was trying to get into.
Okay.
Jesus Christ!
All right,
Everything's got to have a conspiracy theory. We got to do a conspiracy theory episode, even though there's 3 conspiracy theories. I believe. You want me to run them down?
No.
One that.
So Papa Brady, his wife died, which is why he was single.
Is that a conspiracy theory, or is this what happened?
That's introduced. That's said in episode 1,
Gotcha.
but it's never said why Carol was single. And the
2
best
black Cadillacs. What?
the best
She poisoned the bitch.
the best thing that I saw on here is that She's single because the writer wanted her to be single, but they never talked about it in any of the episodes or any of the seasons or anything.
So your mind's
I'm trying
going
to
to a dark place that she was being beaten and she murdered her husband and then she had a
Carol
trial.
Baskin's her husband.
She went to trial for murder and then she got off because it was self-defense and then she got off because she met Mr. Brady. Hey-oh.
The architect.
Because she
That's what he was. I was trying to remember.
That's why their house was so badass.
Right.
Right. And they had AstroTurf in their backyard.
Wouldn't you?
I want to mow.
If you had enough
And
money
all-
to build a house like however you wanted, you ain't mowing.
Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na.
Because when it's time to change, it's time to rearrange.
Who you are is what you're gonna be. Sha-na-na-na-na.
I was like,
Exactly.
go on.
Next word.
Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na.
One of my favorite TV movies, which I don't know if we're ever going to rank those. We might one day.
Could.
Is like the Brady Bunch
movie?
when they go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
The
Brady.
tiki. Sha-na-na-na-na. And I think that might be the one where like Marcia and Greg get super close to fucking upstairs.
Yeah.
Like they're singing
Oh,
to
it's
each
gonna,
other.
It's going to happen.
They're singing to
Like,
each other like through the curtain.
Yeah, they are definitely. Like even like that. That's probably where the whole stepbrother stepsister porn genre started. Was
I know that's where it started for me.
But you can't go to a website now without every fucking thing being.
Oh, I do
Oh,
know.
my stepsister sucks my dick. And like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Producer Ashley is staring daggers at you.
Do you
It
remember?
happens.
There is a conspiracy
Says
theory
more about
Brady
you than it
Bunch.
does me, Ashley. I'm just kidding.
Cousin Oliver had like his own conspiracy theory on the Brady Bunch.
Because wasn't he like one season or something, and didn't he ruin the whole show?
Yeah, I think he was like in
That's
the
where they
last.
He was jumping the shark.
I would say that's where they jumped the shark.
But yeah. But your coworker fucked Carol Brady.
Yeah, he did. I believe him 100% too. Like he's got it. Like he knows dates, times, hotels, bars. Like it's either the most elaborate lie, and you can just quiz him on it. And be like, well, what about this? Well, this is what happened. All right. So yeah, he knocked boots with Carol Brady, who and he's adamant and he's right that she was the hottest person on that show, other than the
Marcia.
I was going to say Marcia.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Which one of the kids was like a raging heroin addict after the show? I think it was
I was saying, it was
Marcia.
Marcia. Marie McCormick.
Marcia. So that'll do it for our Mother's Day special. Our uncut, unfiltered, unedited,
Full Frontal.
reaction full frontal show. We'll catch you on the next RankEmPodcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Give us a 5-star review wherever it is you download the podcast. Thanks for joining us. We will catch you next time on the RankEmPodcast.